Now, I'm going to put an epilepsy warning on screen now because this could be one of the most unhinged accounts I've ever seen in my life. I do want to say, by the way, I'm going to be... Also, I'm going to be in PAX Australia in Melbourne on the 11th of October from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wait, no, that's wrong. Also, I'm going to be in Australia for PAX Melbourne on the 11th of October from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're selling Darkwood merch and also exclusive posters. That's going to be in the meet and greet room on level 2 That's going to be in the meet and greet room on level 2. Yeah. If you remember, on the main channel where I upload actually watchable videos, I did a video on Cruelty Squad, doing a deep dive into the game, interviewing the developer behind it, and that game is like a psychosis fever dream. And this account that I found on TikTok is somehow even more mentally unhinged than anything I saw in Cruelty Squad. If you're an American, you may have heard of the brand Nutter Butter. They do these basically peanut flavored biscuits or cookies, and usually what every account tries to do that sells like a food or a service, they try to be hip and down with the kids because they realize by posting really ironic content, they actually get a much wider appeal. I mean, a good example is the KFC accounts on like Twitter and TikTok. The stuff they post is completely unhinged. Another good example is HBO, more specifically the Penguin Show. Now, there's very few things to watch at the minute because most of it is slop. The Rings of Power finale was actually pretty decent, to be fair. At the minute, like most people, I'm watching The Penguin, which is a spin-off to the Batman film that came out last year.
Maybe we can talk about what they did to my partner's face.
Holy God, what are you showing me?
His head.
Come on!
Open your eyes!
And that's got Colin Farrell in it, a very talented Irish actor. But HBO is trying to promote The Penguin in the weirdest way possible by doing these like deep-fried brain rot memes. So you can see on the HBO Max account, you know, they've got like, okay, views, 8,000, 34,000, 44,000. It's all right. But then here, over 100,000, nearly 200,000. And it's not even a pinned video. Look how they've been promoting The Penguin. Look at this. So it's really obvious a 40-year-old on the marketing team has discovered what irony is. Dear God, we are screwed. So it seems that brain rot content has actually spilled out into like actual advertising because people don't like products. They don't like having stuff put in their face. For example, a YouTuber that you really, really like. As soon as you see an ad appear on screen, they just instantly skip it. I do it instinctively. But if you deliver it in like a weird, ironic way, then it's kind of funny because it's like, I'm probably still not going to buy the product, but maybe I'll share this with my friends. And then that friend you share it to, when they go to the store, they might look at it and go, okay, that ad was kind of funny. I'm going to buy that now. So the Nutter Butter TikTok is weird, to say the least. A lot of advertisers have got in on the ironic trend. You know, they'll do like a brat edit or a Hawk Tour edit. I mean, for example, the Teletubbies account has done their own brat edit.
Oh, that sounded really bratty.
I'll be popping Skriddles, Popples, and champagne. Look at this dog. Look at this dog here. Look at that dog. Weird looking dog. Their videos are a really strange hybrid between like a Tim and Eric bit and an ARG like Petscop. Oh, your ears pricked up there, didn't they? He said the P word. So this is basically like a Gen Z or Gen Alpha approach to like a David Lynch film.
You are witnessing a front three-quarter view of two adults sharing a tender moment.
I'm sure you've seen videos on like Eraserhead, Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, very weird, abstract films. I mean, if anything, there seems to be a mix of like Cruelty Squad and like Smart Schoolboy 9. Any company is trying to get you to sell their product desperately. And the problem is with Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they can kind of see through when they know they're being advertised to, and their brain instantly turns off. So companies are trying to break through that mold, that brick wall of like, you know, the gif of the black guy talking to the brick wall? That is the advertiser and the wall is you. Like, you just don't care. Now, again, like I said, Nutter Butter, I've never had one in my life. They are a peanut butter sandwich cookie shaped like a peanut. Now, it's a pretty straightforward cookie, although apparently back in 2019, they dabbled with the idea of adding CBD into it. I do love CBD, by the way, how they put it in like every product, and it's like, it helps with anxiety. Does it? I don't know. Maybe. We didn't really check. We just want to make more money. Yeah, I swear, whenever you take CBD stuff, like, I know people that swear by it, but I genuinely just think it's a placebo thing. No, it doesn't get you high. It doesn't get you high. It doesn't get you high. That's THC. Now, obviously, the idea of adding CBD into their cookies was retracted. I'm not really surprised, but the regular cookie still does exist, and it has only got more terrifying over the past year. Every company wants you to buy their product, and the old white 70-year-olds that own these companies, they've taken very strange turns. A lot of them will actually hire Gen Gen Z. They'll hire people that are like, you know, in their teens, in their 20s to try to promote their product because they kind of get the humor. You know, old people in the boardroom be like, why is no one buying our product? We made a hilarious TikTok with top text, bottom text. Why is no one buying? So Nutter Butter has found a way around this by doing what I'm going to dub shitposting brain rot cruelty squad. And it's clearly worked because this was an account that only had like 100,000 followers. And checking on them now, they have just broke 1 million followers. Like you see any of their TikToks right now, they are getting millions and millions of views. The views they're getting, this is what other companies wish they were getting on their socials. And they're not even doing it in the conventional way. Like for example, you know, Drake, remember when he made that Tootsie Slide song? It's like, put it on a hashtag on TikTok, guys. This will be great. They're not even forcing a trend. They're just posting brain rot, hoping that people see it and share it. And it is happening and it is working. I mean, we know how this story goes. People hate spending money. And even though these views will be in the millions, very few people will buy Nutter Butter. But guaranteed, there'll be like 5 to 10 people that actually end up buying it in the store when they see it on a shelf thinking, huh, that's the funny TikTok. And that's the entire point. That's all they're trying to achieve. So again, they're not doing any skibbity toilet or hock tour. They're just forming their own brain rot. And some of it is straight nightmare fuel.
Here's the Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie riddle. What has creamy peanut butter filling up its middle? And is peanut shaped and crunchy too? It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. Here, Nutter Butter Man. Have another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
And they've actually been doing this for over a year now. Some of their posts range from an obsession with someone named Aidan.
Hey, it's Aidan. Lord time. Aww.
Apparently the Nutter Butter Man is coming to find you. Unlocking peanut butter phones. Even going as far as to have like borderline fetish content with someone showing their feet covered in peanut butter. And I know for a fact that this is going to start a chain reaction because this is probably the fastest growing like non-e-celeb brand in the world at the minute. So other companies are going to start doing this. I mean, the meme I showed at the beginning with, you know, someone doing that brain rot penguin edit. Other companies have seen this and they're trying to now replicate it. So all their content comes off as very eerie, deep fried, rotten, and very surreal. Again, this is why I compare it so much to Cruelty Squad. I just like how out of all the things they could have done to try and get followers, they've done this and it's working. That shows how cooked we are as a society. Oh my God, he said the joke a bit. In a society. So not only their TikTok is filled with these very strange videos, but their Instagram and Twitter have also just fully embodied this ironic bit. Even if you click on the link in their bio, all it does is link their socials. There's no actual link to the website to buy anything, so they don't even link the website Nutter Butter. Now, like I said, they've been doing this for a while. If you go to their earlier posts from like a year ago, you could see that their posts were a lot more tame. You know, it started off as them drawing faces on peanut butter cookies, having an employee wear a peanut suit, just being ironic in general, very harmless stuff. But then this obsession started with putting Nutter Butters in water, and then slowly things became a lot more chaotic.
Today we're gonna make my favorite drink. So first we add a Nutter Butter into our ice tray. We split it in half. We add some water. We freeze it overnight. We say goodbye. We then go back to it. We grab our favorite glass, add some water, try to crack it, then put it into the glass.
And that's how it started. People started sharing these posts around. They got into people's For You pages a lot more frequently. And people were trying to determine if this was an elaborate shitpost or maybe some kind of deep ARG. And there was one post made by a TikTok account called Cassie Fitzwater, basically asking, is the Nutter Butter account okay? And they got a response from Nutter Butter themselves, while also in that same TikTok alluding to something happening on the 21st of October.
Nutter Butter, are you guys okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then they did an apology statement, which just had even more chaos in it.
As of recently, we've been made aware of the Nutter Butter's social media accounts, and we just wanted to take the time to apologize to everyone who's had to see it. This is...
Okay, that one actually made me laugh. I don't find humor like this funny because it's like a bit too new gen for me. But then flashing the impact font saying you want cookie every frame. So then a lot of people marked on their calendars the 21st of October. What is going to happen? Now, we also have to talk about Nutter Butter's obsession with someone named Aidan. So as their page evolved into more insanity through a lot of their posts, they made a reference to someone called Aidan. Whether it was just saying the name Aidan, writing down the name Aidan, you know, they wrote down the name on a shirt. There was a cryptic message saying Aidan, using the anadrome of Aidan, Nadia. Many of these videos are calling out to someone named Aidan, asking for help. And a lot of people started to wonder, who is Aidan? Does he need help? Is he in danger? It then led to a point where people on Reddit, of course I'm talking about Reddit in a video like this, oh Jesus Christ, they started to assume that there was like some Nutter Butter cinematic universe up there with Marvel in continuity. And then there was the theory about the Nutter Butter Clown Man. Dude, you take this video, you show it to anyone, I'm getting sectioned straight away. However, looking a little bit deeper into it, we can actually see who this Aidan person is and where this all started from. So believe it or not, Aidan is a real person. His name is Aidan Maloney. And what he started doing is commenting his name, Aidan, on TikToks repeatedly. You know how people go in TikTok comments and they just have one bit? Like you might have someone have a profile picture of Paulie from The Sopranos and they just keep commenting, hey, Family Guy, because of that one bit in Family Guy where Paulie from The Sopranos says, hey, Family Guy.
Hey, Family Guy.
So if you go onto Aidan's Instagram, there's a post of his graduation where he's grown up and it matches identically to one of the Nutter Butter's Instagram pages, except they blocked out his face with a slab of peanut butter. Oh, and of course, to make it more obvious, his Instagram bio says it as well. Even his professor wrote about everyone commenting his name. And there's now a social agency to basically focus on this Aidan person. Even he himself basically said how much fun he's had being in the Nutter Butter campaign. I'm not sure whether Aidan is the guy who runs the socials or he was just someone that was pulled into the lore, like without asking. But at least we know the origins of Aidan in the MBCU. That is the Nutter Butter Cinematic Universe. I mean, my dream personally is to be involved in the Nutter Butter Cinematic Universe. I definitely think that would inflate the universe. I think a lot of people would be watching that drastic inflation of attention. Get it? I'll be honest, the people that run that account are so degen, like they probably will just end up posting fat art. But looking more into it, what Nutter Butter is doing isn't exactly original. They're not the first brand account that's tried to do brain rot content. I mean, a great example that everyone defaults to when talking about how to run a social media account is Wendy's. You know, they strayed from their wholesome Chungus promotional skits, and then they started directly making fun of other companies and people, because a lot of companies hate competition, but they can't directly say it because they'll be put into a lawsuit. I mean, Carlsberg is a good example, which is a Danish beer that tastes like absolute piss. I think the only thing worse than a Carlsberg is a Foster's. But they had a slogan for like 38 years saying, probably the best beer in the world. They can't say they're the best beer in the world because they would be sued by every other rival. And now Carlsberg have became full ironic, updating their 38-year-old slogan with probably not the best beer in the world. If you're wondering what the best beer in the world is, by the way, it's Asahi, because every tier list has taught me so. And the only reason people say Asahi is because when they go to a pub, Asahi is never on tap, and the one place they go where it is on tap, it tastes refreshing because you're not drinking Carlsberg. Damn, I want an Asahi right now. Oh. So by Wendy's going after other companies, it actually made them more relatable in a sense, because it's like, haha, look, big brand fighting other brand, LMAO. And then you think to yourself when passing by a Wendy's, hey, they roasted KFC the other day. I might go eat there now, actually. Now, Wendy's, unfortunately, had the unintended side effect of everyone copying Wendy's. So now every single brand is trying to, like, one-up each other and also be best buddies at the same time. And there's definitely a sense of desperation as well, because you can see all these brands and they're studying Nutter Butter, thinking, how can we get as many views as them? Because they don't care about the skits. They just care about the views. You can even see, like, there are comments on Nutter Butter, like Clear Blue, which is a pregnancy test kit, by the way. What has that got to do with food at all? The social media manager explaining this concept in a meeting to corporate. Just let me cook. I mean, another good example is Liquid Death, the sparkling water in a can. That has made so much money because it's just done something that no one else has done before. It's sparkling water, but it's in a can. Oh my God, it looks like a beer, but it's good for me? That's epic. I mean, personally, I've tried Liquid Death before, and it just sucks. I'll be honest with you. I don't even think it's mineral water either, so there's not even any salts in there. And also the carbonation of Liquid Death is just next to nothing. I mean, I drink San Pellegrino, and this is like some of the most like carbonated sparkling water you can get in the UK. And even then, it's not even really that carbonated. It's pretty mild, if anything. Oh, it tastes good. But even though I personally don't like it, it sold millions, and it is an incredibly successful business. It had people like Cody Ko shilling it. I remember watching Cody Ko before he got cancelled, and like every single video, he would always have that can of Liquid Death, and it's like, okay, you own shares in the company. We get it. This is nearly as bad as Prime. Let's settle down now.
I guess this is
Hey, them boys put Prime in anything. Damn! How the f did Prime make it in this music video?
But you know, their tagline is it murders your thirst. It kills it. And then they also do various flavors as well. Like, for example, I think they had lime chainsaw at one point, and that was sponsored by The Deep from The Boys. And the worst thing is, I bought that. I never would have bought it if I didn't see that ad for The Deep. I bought it. It sucked. It was awful. It had sugar in it, and apparently the sugar was like only a little bit of sugar, but it gave it that nice taste because sugar makes everything taste better. It sucked. It was awful. I was like, I paid like £5 for this because obviously importing it to the UK, we get taxed a lot more, so we have to pay more on stuff. But yeah, I thought to myself, like, this sucks, man. And the only reason I bought it is because I saw a funny ad for it that was relatable because it's The Boys.
Oh, hi there. I'm The Deep. Today I'm here to educate America's beautiful youth about the dangers of too much sugar in soda. I get it. I too used to be brainwashed by soda until I found out that soda is basically just a bunch of sugar and water. Who knew? Here you go. Drink this. See? Who would give that to a child? That's why Liquid Death sent me here. Because they have an entire line of flavored sparkling waters.
I mean, with Liquid Death, for example, you can even buy merchandise from them. And they've had, you know, a lot of other cameos. Like I said, The Deep. They've had Martha Stewart, Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know how they got Ozzy Osbourne, to be fair. Like, he's too busy looking for his beers at the minute.
Someone has been in my room and taken my beers away from my room.
I don't think so, darling. Who would do that?
Again, that marketing and that collaboration can really help with your brand. A couple of videos ago, I talked about how Anthony Starr, playing as Homelander, his character, did a mobile ad game. And it sucked. It didn't look like he was enjoying himself at all. But like, he was still getting the bag, and it probably got more people to download the game simply because of that collab. I mean, a good example is Quiznos Sub, which I assume was like a deli or something similar to Subway. They actually did a commercial all the way back in 2004, and that was just peak brain rot.
They are tasty, they are crunchy, they are warm because they toast them. They got a pepper bar.
Quiznos new Santa Fe Trio subs with smoky chipotle sauce.
But obviously, it's a lot more simple. It's not going to give anyone an epileptic fit. It's just something that's kind of quirky. It definitely has evolved a lot more since 2004, probably for the worse. So you can tell even back then in 2004, they just thought bizarre, quirky stuff, anything to get your attention. And even nowadays, companies still do that. One example that lives rent-free in my head is Pot Noodle in the UK. They did an advert trying to get everyone's attention. The advert was a woman that eats a pot noodle and she slurps. And it is literally, I'm not joking, a 20-second ad of a woman slurping constantly. It is about as off-putting as it sounds.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, that advert backfired so much and people despised it to the point that they had to redo the ad, remove the slurping, and add like a bunch of random sound effects instead. This is real, by the way. I'm not editing this for a bit. But yeah, honestly, to see Nutter Butter go down the Cruelty Squad route is not something I predicted in the 2024 cards. But I do think that this was a really interesting rabbit hole to go down. I do enjoy making videos like this because usually so much on the Slop channel is just
drama. KSI said a thing. Oh my god. Time to make a 20-minute video about a tweet. Oh my god.
But again, this does go to show that companies are using really bizarre strategies to get you to buy their products. Please buy. You know what you could buy instead of buying a pot noodle or a Nutter Butter? You could buy Darkwood merch. You could buy it. You could buy it. It's on the store right now. Parasitical.store. What do I call this video? The Nutter Butter situation is insane. Nut in the butt. There we go. That's it. Nut in the butt. Perfect.